You're listening to the Contented Catcast from St. Claus Academy with Lisa Sinnott. Email stclausacademy@gmail.com.
Hi, it's Lisa here from St. Claus Academy. I wanted to talk about something a bit different today. What's actually involved in a cat behaviour consultation and why it costs what it does, and the reasons behind why we work on vet referral only. So basically, the reason we work on vet referral is that there can be a link between problem behavioural challenges and medical challenges. So we get a vet report in case we need the vet support at any stage. It's because physical and mental health is linked. We get a cat's clinical history, just so we're not suggesting, play with them more and they've got underlying arthritis. For example, we can also do a behavioural timeline where we can see if any factors have coincided with each other. So onset of behavioural problem occurred after, say, for example, just hypothetically, spaying. So that's the reason we work on vet referral only. We obviously look at all of those factors prior to the consultation as well. And the questionnaire is there to build a picture. You imagine you've got spaghetti and it's all tangled. It's our job to untangle all the information and figure it all out. So questionnaires will ask things like predisposing factors, so things about a cat that might make this problem more likely. So their early environment, their early life experiences, information about their parents, if you have it, and socialization and habituation experiences. Initiating factors, so the first instance or circumstances which saw the onset of the behaviour. So maybe following a trip to the vets where they were there overnight. Or a specific event, maybe the arrival of a new baby, any surgical challenges, any changes in terms of movement, new cats coming in. And then maintaining factors, so maintenance factors, what's been keeping this behaviour going? Are situations unavoidable? Can they not escape situations? Have they got used to learning that this behaviour works? Because there's nothing more reinforcing than a behaviour working. Just like if you learn that, I don't know, smiling at your boss gets, a nice Christmas present, for example, then you're likely to use that behaviour. So they are some of the factors. We look at the problems that you are experiencing and put them in kind of a hierarchy of importance of kind of priorities to work on. So considering risk to others, risk to themselves, risk to the property, and thinking about where these behaviours happen, who with, when, how long for, can they be interrupted, can they be, or do they stop spontaneously? Can it vary in terms of mood? So one day, is it better? And from Fat Joe and Bowen, thinking about behavioural versus kind of medical. I am not a vet, but questions to consider is whether the behaviour occurs in specific contexts with specific people in a specific environment, whether the animal stops randomly. Does it last for a long time, more than you'd expect? Is it something that's a new behaviour? Is it something that the pet's never ever done before? Is it a normal behaviour response? I.e. scratching the sofa, and other factors. Can they be distracted with food or play or something else? So they are some of the factors there. Thinking about also the plan moving forward, making that together. What are the options for you? What's doable? What's not doable, depending on budget, time constraints, your family. And then we do a differential diagnosis. So looking at the different motivations and emotions for the behaviour, so we can come up with pros and cons for this. So we're not kind of saying, oh, that cat's I write with dogs and cats. That cat's meowing because they're looking for attention. That's a very simplistic way of labeling their behaviour. Might be for attention, but we need evidence to suggest that. So we think in terms of differentials, something medical. Is it fearful behaviour? Are they bored? Is it predatory, misdirected play? Is it inappropriate play? Is it compulsive? And is it attention seeking? And then emotions, something such as fear, anxiety, frustration. Frustration can sometimes tend into rage if expectations are not met. Pleasure, anticipation. Then we look at the pros and cons, why we think this differential, i.e. attention seeking, is right from the history that is collected. What are the cons of it? So why wouldn't we think that? And then we go back to those predisposing, initiating, and maintenance factors. Obviously, predisposing factors we have no control over. However, it can be helpful for us to recognize them and understand why they might have an effect on behavior as well. We also do a risk assessment and give management tips to stop the behavior from being rehearsed. And then also following up, making sure everything's going to plan, and if not, why not? Are there any changes that need to be made? And then a report is sent with step-by-step instructions for you to follow. A vet report to keep them in the loop is also sent over. So the vet is aware too. So that's what's actually involved in a behaviour consultation. If you have any questions, please reach out, stclawsacademy@gmail.com.